Tonight's game comes in the wake of Monday's shooting at 345 Park Avenue in New York City, which is the home of the NFL's offices. Earlier this evening, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell spoke with Mike Tirico.
Commissioner, we appreciate you joining us. You're usually here with us in Canton for the Hall of Fame game, but stayed back in New York as there was the funeral today for Dar al-Islam, the New York City police officer, one of the 4 killed on Monday. He was in the lobby. As you went to that funeral today, what did you take away from being there?
Well, first, tremendous loss. You see the officer's family, his young children. It's something that happens in the line of work for police officers, but that never makes it easy. He was made a detective first grade today as a honor and a promotion, which is well deserved for his bravery, and somebody that we see outside the building when we come in most every day. And it hits home, the loss, the unnecessary and unexplainable loss, and it's something that all of us, as New Yorkers, feel great pride in the NYPD and what they do, and all our first responders. So it was a difficult, emotional afternoon, but also a tremendous, heartwarming service for him.
3 others lost their lives that day, and there was someone seriously injured that was an employee of the National Football League. What can you share with us about that individual?
Well, we do feel terrible for the loss of the employees from our neighbor organizations in the building. It's just heartbreaking for all of us. It's devastating. Our employee I saw yesterday in the hospital is stable and improving. Got to spend about an hour with him, and an amazing young man. And so we're optimistic about his recovery, and I think that's good news for all of us in the NFL, and obviously our hearts continue to be in support with their family. He has a young family and had a chance to meet his brother and parents, and I think it's something that is really hard for all of us to understand and to deal with.
Well, 72 hours later, we learn more facts about the killer. We know that he has a documented history of mental health issues. We also know he played high school football. We can't say that there's any connection there, but in the notes that he left, he did intimate that the NFL was a target in this senseless killing. How does that sit with you as the head of the organization, of having to reconcile that emotion, finding out that the league was a target in this terrible incident?
Well, it's a difficult thing, particularly when you're dealing with a senseless act like this. There are no excuses for those senseless acts. They're hard for all of us to understand. When it inflicts pain on people you know, and people you care about, and people that we deal with on a daily basis, that's particularly hard. But as you know, these acts of senseless violence and hatred are happening around our country and our world far too often, in schools, in churches and synagogues, and in other places that this should just not be happening. But we all have to continue to be vigilant and do what we can to protect ourselves, and the NFL is going to do that with our employees and with our people.
I'm sure there's been an outpouring of people reaching out to you with their thoughts for the league. What has that been like, and what kind of folks have you heard from over the last 72 hours after this has happened, trying to offer their support to, candidly, an organization that we look forward to, or look to, I should say, very often, to help lift us after something like this happens? Usually the games go on, and that's an on-ramp of some sort to getting back to normalcy. But now you're the ones who are trying to put the pieces back together.
Yeah, thank you for saying that, Mike. It's difficult, but I will tell you, the outpouring of support we have had from people all over the world, from government leaders to partners to our players, past and current, to our teams and coaches and owners, to so many people that have just been outraged by this this just tragic circumstance. And that's heartwarming for us, and it's good to know people are behind us. We do believe that the NFL brings people together, and we are going to continue that. We are going to be lifted by our own efforts to bring the National Football League to our fans. It's something that I think our employees take great pride in, and that's why those folks are there tonight, beginning that process of making sure people can enjoy the National Football League. And we're going to put our employees as our primary focus, but we think we can also continue to bring our country together around our game. And I think that will be healing, hopefully, for our employees. But also remember, this attack is far more than on several individuals. This is an attack on humanity. This is an attack on our communities. This is an attack on New York. This is an attack on our way of life. And all of us have to do more and make sure that we're doing everything to get help to people who need help, and also to take the necessary precautions. And I assure you, our employees are going to work hard. We're going to carry on, maybe with broken hearts, but we will carry on.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.